There are some people that believe dreams are gateways to other dimensions, that when we sleep, our souls are free to travel into different planes. In fact, the Nightmare on Elm Street series was based upon true accounts of young refugees from Cambodia who died in their sleep from nightmares. An article was written in the LA Times on May 10th of 1981, and it highlighted how the Federal Center of Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia, was investigating the cause of 18 deaths that took place in a span of only 4 years. All of the deceased shared eerie similarities. They died in their beds during the early morning. They were heard screaming in their sleep. They were even autopsied. There were no signs of foul play or natural causes. The researchers soon learned of a Filipino term that translates to nightmare, where the victim is frightened to death in their sleep. And further research led investigators to locate even more victims that died of the same affliction in different states throughout the United States. So, knowing this, is it possible to share dreams with someone else? My friends and I would soon find out. I worked in a call center. I had been a police officer, but I decided to go back to school for nursing. This job just fit better with my college schedule, but it was dismal. My only consolation was that my best friend Cindy sat in the cubicle right next to me, and it made the day go by a lot faster. I remembered as soon as I saw her walk into the building that I wanted to tell her about this crazy dream I had the night before. "You look like shit," I chided as she placed her purse on the desk and settled in for her shift. "I didn't sleep well." She took a sip of her coffee and ran her hands through her brown hair. "Stress?" I raised an eyebrow, knowing that her in-laws were driving her insane. "No, just a really weird nightmare." My phone rang and I took a call. I could already tell the sale wasn't going to happen, so I got off as quick as I could and back to our conversation. "Are you okay?" I asked Cindy. "It was just a really vivid dream." She shook her head nervously. "I've never experienced anything like it." I squinted my eyes. "That's weird. I was just about to tell you," but I was interrupted as her phone rang. I sat impatiently, wanting to share what I had experienced before the dream faded away and I forgot about it. That happened to me a lot. She hung up with the caller. "Break?" I asked. She nodded, and we decided to walk around the building. "It was so real." She folded her arms across her chest and recanted the dream. "I had ordered pizza, and when the doorbell rang, I opened it and no one was there. So Jim said that he wanted to go outside and check, but I thought it was a really bad idea, and he ignored me and did it anyway. And..." She stopped. I saw her place her hands over her eyes. Obviously, this dream had affected her very, very badly. "And I watched him get stabbed to death outside the living room window." "That's terrible," I uttered. "It was so real, Jill," she said in distress. "But it gets weirder. This morning on the way to work, Jim told me that he had a vivid dream of being stabbed last night. It was in the doorway of the house, and that's really close to my dream, right?" I looked at her and I swallowed hard. "Cindy, I can't believe what I'm about to tell you, but I had a dream last night too. I dreamt that you called me up distraught, thinking someone was after you. And you asked me to come to the house and protect you so you could sleep. I dreamt that I stood in your living room all night watching your bedroom door, waiting for somebody to attack." We looked at each other in disbelief, but the three of us had all dreamt a portion of the same event. Now, luckily, that event never came to pass. And to this day, we have no idea of how those dreams ever came to be. As my eyelids get heavy at night and I feel myself starting to nod off, I say a little prayer for protection now. Now, I lay me down to sleep.